board party. We're so excited to be here with you in the virtual world. It's time for us to reimagine and execute what 2021 looks like. I'm your girl, Shay J, the founder of CTN Media and the creative director of the Black Business Initiative. And of course, I'm with the one and only Jice Johnson, the CVO of the Black Business Initiative. What up, Jice?
What up, girl?
Are you excited?
I am excited.
Oh my gosh, so let's be honest. We didn't know if we were going to do this because we're used to doing this in a room with all of you. We're used to manifesting with you around. We're used to feeling your amazing energy, having our black market. So this was ultimately a pivot for us.
We miss you.
We miss you. Jice, tell them how important it was to do the vision board party and why it's so important that we do it.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think it's important to do the vision board party every year, right?
Yeah.
I think manifesting, like you can't talk enough to, or I can't speak enough to the power of vision, the power of manifestation. If I told y'all my story, I say that all the time. Like if I told y'all my story, one day I really am gonna like have a full coming out of my whole story. It's dope, I promise you. But if I really talked about that, you know, the way that we envision things and how that changes the way that we think and how that changes our day-to-day actions and then how it comes to life is so important. And then this year, can we just talk about 2020 for 1 second?
Please do.
Like 2020 was on some something.
Some something. This is the PG.
This is PG.
Yes.
Y'all know I'm not always PG.
We're going to try it
so
today.
we're going to try today. 2020 was on something, right?
Yes.
And I am so glad it is December. I do want to take a moment to honor those who have lost family members this year, to honor those who have been sick, who may have not recovered, who may still be experiencing physical difficulties from this pandemic.
Yes.
And then to so many of us who are experiencing economic difficulties because of this pandemic, and just being black in America. And so I think it's important for us to pull this in and think about what the next year looks like and spend some time being in that space.
Oh my gosh.
And thinking about, you know, what we wanted to happen. And what's so crazy is like everyone was like 2020, the year of vision. We were there too. 2020, the year of vision. This is it.
Oh, I've seen things I never I thought I would see before in life.
It was such an eye-opening experience this year that sometimes we don't know what we ask for.
Right. You said vision and you got a real picture, okay?
Right. Of what it looks like to be black in this country, of what it looks like to be economically disenfranchised, of what it looks like to not have the quality of health that we should have, the government that we should have, and we could probably just go on and on. The education system that we should have, the technology that we should have access to. I mean, a lot of things, right? And I think our eyes were open to quite a bit. I think the country's eyes were open to quite a bit. I think the world's eyes were open to quite a bit this year. Yeah. So we're here again, though, because if you are here today,
it's for a purpose.
It's for a purpose.
On purpose.
And you have life.
And that's why we're going to do it.
2021.
Yeah, let's do it. It's time to reimagine. It's time to execute what 2021 is going to look like. And we're not doing it alone. We have some dope people joining us. But while you're joining us, do me a favor. Make sure you're hashtagging on there, reimagine, execute 2021, hashtag BBI, hashtag manifest, hashtag resilient. Let's make some hashtags. Let's let this go viral. Let them know that we are coming for 2021 with a real clear vision of what we want and what we're asking for. So sit tight because it's going to get better. While we're doing our vision boards with you, we will have a keynote coming up a little bit later. She is a CEO in her own right with Grind Nation, and she's going to talk about how do you execute and how do you really hit those goals intentionally and real goal setting, you know? So it's going to be dope.
It's going to be dope.
It's going to be dope. You guys, go ahead, get your supplies. Let's get ready. Grab your first round of drinks, whatever that looks like for you. I think we have wine being delivered. So we're going to support somebody black, you know that. So we're going to get some black wine delivered. And we'll grab you whatever you need. It's time that we get in. Let's start reimagining and let's execute what 2021 looks like. We have our poster boards. Grab your poster boards and whatever you're doing this on. Remember, there's no right or wrong way to create your vision.
So wait, can y'all still hear us? I just want to make sure. Because we have some people saying yes, some people saying there we go, and some people saying I can't hear. Where are we at? Tune in. Y'all should be live on Facebook. We can, on Instagram. No, what are we live on? YouTube.
I was like, you're on them every all the platforms that we're not
should be live on YouTube. And you should be able to hear you. Okay, so someone says it's better now. Okay. Amazing. We just want to make sure
we good.
We're in here with you.
We're doing this because we got to feel these vibes. I need to figure out the energy, so make sure you keep engaging with us. We know we're not in person, but this is still going to be a vibe, y'all. It's a vibe. We're going to make sure we get you there to really creating this vision. Get out your magazines.
Muffled. That's what we're hearing now.
Get out your magazines. Is this better? Get out your magazines.
Help us out, y'all. Are we better?
Let us know how you're feeling. How we sound. Are we doing good now?
Are we doing better?
We're better?
Shay is muffled. Thank you, girlfriend, for letting us know what's going on.
Thank you. We're trying to figure this out. Mic check 1 2 1 8. Yeah, maybe. This is good? All right, there we go. I think that's it. I think we're clear.
All right.
All right, sometimes these locks might do it. They might get in the way. All right, y'all, it's time for us to get in there. Go ahead, grab your supplies, get ready, get to your table.
Let's talk about the supplies.
Let's talk about the supplies. What should they have at their table?
Yes, so if you ordered yourself a vision kit, then you have that, and you have all the supplies that you need. All you need to do is bring your vision, maybe some magazines, some printouts, some pictures, some things that matter to you. If you went and got your own supplies, so we sent out a list, you can have your vision board. Your board could be any size. I always like to recommend scissors, so we have fun scissors, and
she likes
we
cool
have,
scissors.
I like really
I
cool
could just
scissors.
do the regular one, so if you're like me, just get it one basic pair.
We have regular scissors. I don't know why I have that side on here, but there we go. So scissors, we have markers, so all the different color markers that you want to have. So I like this tape because this is fun tape. So again, if you're not subscribed to BBI, you should be, because I sent out a link for all these types of fun things. We have colorful paper. You see how Shay just took her gold paper like that? Like
that was mine.
She was like, "This one is mine."
I was like, "So I hope you see what we have for me."
Right, but we have all types of fun paper as well, and stickers, and of course magazines. Now, guess what? You can actually create something virtually. So if you don't have all these supplies, because you know how we do, if we were here and it wasn't coronavirus world, y'all, we would have a whole spread
for all of you.
Okay, because we love to do it up, and we have all the amazing things. However, if you are at home and you don't have all these amazing things, that's okay, because there are some really dope apps that you can use online. So you can still keep us up on YouTube. You can click right on over to the next page, and you can open up Canva. You can open up Pinterest. You can open up PicMonkey. So there's quite a few of them. You can go right online and you can start pulling images, pictures, backgrounds, shapes, sizes, all types of fun things, and you can still create your vision board virtually.
No excuse. That means you can share this out too right now on your network, because that means someone else can connect with us. So share this out on your network. Let someone else engage. Let somebody else reimagine with you what their year is going to look like. And like Jice said, look around your house too. There's things that are important to you. I know my guy DJ K-Tone, he's about to be tuning in as well. And like you see how he does this. But one thing he inspired me last year is he grabbed a magazine that he was in, which a year before he had actually put on his vision board that he wanted to be in a magazine. So this is crazy. This has manifestation works. And so then he grabbed the magazine that he was actually in, took his own picture out of it, and put it on his board with a new goal. And so I was inspired. So I'm like, let me grab the newspaper that I know I'm in. I'm going to take the clip out. I'm going to put it on here. And let's manifest. Let's really, and it works. I'm telling you, this is not a magical thing. You have to do the work. You have to work the vision. But I do believe if you have something that you're working towards and you can see it, you're better off achieving it. You got to be able to see this thing.
Yep.
You know? So you guys ready? You ready? All right, let's do this, y'all. Go ahead, get your supplies out. Let's go ahead. I think our wine just got delivered, so we're about to get our drinks flowing, set a vibe, set the space, and let's start manifesting. Welcome again to the 6th Annual Ultimate Vision Board Party. It's time to reimagine and execute what 2021's gonna look like. Let's go. Black thing, so we can What's up, y'all? I hope you're over there reimagining with us. I see you, DJ K-Tone, and I love that he's doing it with his babies. You know, you can imagine with anybody. You can reimagine. You can create a vision, whether it's with your partner, your lover, your friend, your business people. Whatever that looks like for you, there's no right or wrong way to do this. We just need to prepare for what 2021 is going to look like. No, it's been a year. The best thing you can do is have some benchmarks, some things you want to reach. So I know you know we have a shop, right? I know you know we don't have t-shirts on for nothing. Black excellence. We have amazing things right in our shop. Check us out at shop.com, where you can check out the latest and hottest gear for the bold statements. We have some dope mugs in there for my driven CEOs. There is something for everyone, children, adults, whoever. There is something for you. So go grab something for the culture. You're already hanging out with us for free. So go ahead and shop BBI.com. We appreciate you rocking with us. Make that a Christmas gift, because you know you should be shopping black, right? And supporting black. Thank you for tuning in to CTN Media, where we're changing the narrative and we're doing it with you. Make sure you go ahead and over to CTN Media on YouTube. Super chat us up, share out, subscribe, keep supporting independent black media. We appreciate you, and we couldn't do this without you. So we're super excited you're here with us on the 6th annual Ultimate Vision Board Party, and yes, we went virtual. We've pivoted with you. We've pivoted in this new world, and we're here hanging out with you. Now, you know, we're famous for doing one thing, and that is bringing the leaders, the innovators, the movers and the shakers, the qualifiers to the table. We don't do any of this alone. We always like to bring experts along for the journey. So today is no different. We brought an expert along for the journey. She has served as an influential role to several Fortune 500 companies, small businesses, and nonprofits and leaders of today. Her expertise is in teaching entrepreneurs and business owners how they can be leaders, grow, start, and scale their businesses. She's not only a powerhouse inside of businesses, but also helping you with your personal relationships and what you're building and what you're doing. Today, she's going to join us. She's going to help us talk about how do we do some intentional goal setting? How do we execute? It's one thing to have a vision, but there's another part about executing. This is the year of execution. So we had to bring an expert to the field, the COO of Grind Nation. She's going to tell you the importance of self-discipline, how to get hard work, because her consistency has brought her this far. The one and only Mel B. Cook. What's up?
What is up, good people? How are you?
Hey, girlfriend. I'm so glad you're joining us today. We're excited to have you. I can't technically hear what's going on right now, but I see your energy, so I feel your energy, and I know this is going to be great for our people tuning in. You guys, I got my girl Mel B right here from Grind Nation, the COO. We're going to really get into how you execute. Mel B, first just give us a little bit about Grind Nation. What is Grind Nation all about, and how can people be a part of that?
So Grind Nation is a personal and professional development consultancy. So what we do is we teach business leaders how to grow, scale their business. Particularly, my bag is minority business owners, also strategic communication development. So the way we got started was about 5 or 6 years ago. Our founder made a decision that he was going to put down the bottle and start getting back into his community to start executing, to start speaking. And then from that, he built a community of leaders who have been able to successfully grow and scale their business. They've been able to go into schools and been able to dominate within corporate America, just teaching others how to truly grow up in this whole professional development world.
Man, we appreciate all that you do. You know, we've hooked up with Grind Nation and definitely can attest to just really the power that you put behind entrepreneurs, really in the development of what we're going. And what I love about you is it doesn't matter what level you're at, there's a next level for you. And Grind Nation is really a part of helping us get to that next level. So thank you for all you're doing. Mel B, I'm going to let you take it over and just go ahead and talk to our amazing audience out there about how they're going to execute in 2021, what it looks like to set those goals and obtain those.
First and foremost, I love this time of year, right? This time of year is when we have the opportunity to sit back and to truly reflect on everything that's happened within the last year, right? All of the lessons learned, the adjustments that we've made, where we want to be, what we desire to make happen. So my background is in strategic management and communications, all things operations, and part of that is project management, and that's also strategic planning. And so I know personally how much goal setting and being able to be consistent and disciplined has truly helped me show up in my life. So I say right now, it's been about 17, 18 years ago, I had to be about 23 at the time. I was running a radiology practice, and I thought to myself, what would happen if I ran this office the same way I ran my life, right? And so at the time, the office was on point. Everything in the office was running smoothly, but my life, I couldn't say the same thing, right? There was things that I wanted to do. I was hopping from one goal to the next. I wasn't being intentional. So I flipped it. Instead of running the office like I ran my life, I started to run the life like I ran the office. And so what that meant for me is like to really sit down and assess where I currently was, right? And so I said I love this time of year because this is also a great time of year that within business, we do this thing where we sit down and we're like, okay, let's start projecting. Let's start really assessing what we want to accomplish in this upcoming year. And so for me, it was like, all right, so where are we first, right? So the first question that you always ask is, where are you, right? What have you done last year that was great? What were some of the challenges, some of the adjustments, some of the things that you need to make in order to do differently so that you can glow up? And so I sat down and I asked myself those same questions. I considered my budget. I considered who I had in my wheelhouse. I considered what those resources look like. So when it comes to who we are and how we want to show up, the first thing I need you to ask yourself is to be real. Where are you right now, right? Where are you right now? What does your financial situation look like? What does your family life look like? What does your business look like, right? And then after you ask yourself where you currently are, then ask yourself, where do you want to go? So part of strategic planning is understanding your long-term objectives. Those are the things that you want to accomplish within the next 12 months and to understand where do you want to see yourself? And so for me, it's like, okay, well, I know I want to see myself as a leader within my community. I know I want to be an amazing wife, an amazing mother. I know that I want to be a dope friend and sister. I also know that I need to have a certain amount of money because when it comes to my kids, y'all, I got 3 grown ones, well, 2 that came actually from me, my bio kids, and 2 that were actually given to me. And so I wanted to see, like, you know, where do I want them to be? What do I want those goals to look like, right? So once you have an idea of how you want to see yourself, then you can do something called goal decomposition, which is you then now breaking down that bigger picture into something smaller. And so it's really taking a look at what your end game is and then setting those strategic goals or the projects along in the year, right? And so this is the part that gets most people, right? They sit down and they're like, yo, I know I want to make 500K in my business this year, right? I know that I want to show up and be an excellent husband, an excellent father. But now what do the projects look like? So what are some of those long-term goals? So when it comes to projects, I look at it as a 12-week year is a book that you can actually pick up, 12-week year. So I look at it in 12 weeks. So one project is worth 12 weeks, right? And then I break that thing down into 4 sections. The first one is mentally, right? Where do I want to be mentally? So I want to be sane. I want to make sure that I'm practicing some self-care. I want to make sure that I'm checking in with myself. I want to make sure that I'm consistently growing and moving. So if I were to set a project when it relates to my mindset, that project would be that by the end of this 12 weeks, I may complete a certification or a coaching program, right? And so if I'm completing the certification of this coaching program, then you're going to break it down even smaller. What do I need to do every week to make sure that I'm getting there? Is it turning in assignments? Is it making sure that I'm satisfying some objectives set in the classroom? So again, we're starting with the larger vision, which is your strategic goal, the thing that you want to accomplish at the high level. Then you're going to figure out 4 tasks within the year of how to get to that bigger goal, right? So that's going to be, I'm going to attend the certification class. That's going to be that I'm going to link up with 2 to 3 small business associations within my area. That's setting a goal and saying, I'm going to do a block party in August every year, right? So it's setting those goals, right? Big goal, then you set the smaller projects through the year. And then how do I get to the minor items, right? So what do I need to do in order to pull off these projects? So if the project was, I'm going to set a block party up, then I might say to myself, okay, well, I need to set a committee up in the first 2 weeks. After I set the committee up, then I'm going to make sure that we are answering these 3 or 4 questions and have this. So it's setting up that smaller project plan. So one of the things that I found from being in this world for so long is that when it comes to the projects and the goals, most of the time we have them, right? Right now we're making the pretty vision boards. We have goals in our head, things that we want to accomplish. But what we're really lacking most of the time is the execution pieces. Those are that's the consistency, that's the discipline, that's making yourself accountable for what you said you wanted to do when you said that you wanted to do it, right? So that is also could be a part of the goals that you set. Who do you need to be in connection with in order to get where you are? So I'm going to stop a minute, right? And I want you to throw in the chat, if you have the ability to do so, what are some of the goals that you currently have? Let's make this real. You guys hear me? I hear feedback, but so drop in the chat. What are some of the goals that you currently have as it relates to the vision board, right? What are the goals that you have? Ned, what kind of investments? So if Ned was setting up investments, right? He knows he wants to do some investing. So Ned may say to himself, like, what do I need to learn about blockchain currency? Do I already have all of the tools that I need right now in my wheelhouse to begin, right? What do I need to learn, right? So it's coming up with the needs assessment. So Ned may say, this is where I want to be, right? That's why it's so important sometimes for us to get connected to other people so that we can have models of what it looks like in order to be who we say we want to be, right? And so we would look at it and say, hey, this is where I am, right? Back to the positioning piece. This is what I want to do. And then there's a needs assessment that happens. What is the gap between who I said I want to be and what I said I wanted to do versus where I am now, right? And then so you would take that and your actual smaller goals would then be all of the things that you need to work on, right? All of those things, whether it's taking the time to build a credit, whether it's taking the time to find funding, whether it's taking the time to get connected with people, all of those are goals and realistic goals. Most of the time what we do is we have this big, large goal here, and then we don't consider the small stuff, the real work that we have to put in everyday goals, which they are, right? So if I'm setting up for this week, I may say, this week I'm going to get connected with somebody who does exactly what it is that I want to do. And in getting connected with someone that does what I want to do, these are the 3 things that I want to learn, because this is where my needs assessment says that I am, right? My needs assessment says this is the part that I need to become stronger in. So that's what I'm going to set the goal in, right? Also, making sure that we're not doing too many things at one time. So we're not spending all of our resources and energy going in round and round in circles, right? Where we are 1 minute I'm over here and I'm talking to BBI, the next minute I'm over here, I'm talking to a different coach, the next minute I'm talking to the third person, talking to them all about different things, so that when that information comes back to me and now it's time to set those realistic goals, I'm falling off a little bit, right? And the reason that I'm falling off is because now I have all this information and don't know what to do with it. So that's why it's very important to do that needs assessment and to say, I'm going to take these things one thing at a time in strategic order, right? Things logical order in order for me to accomplish them and knock them off the list, so that eventually I get to that bigger goal. And then Zai said she wants to scale up my business and bring everything together so that it's more streamlined and in alignment. So if I'm looking at this goal, right, and you might have written it this way, Zai, but like it is very broad, right? So it's say, I want to bring everything together. So what does it take in order to then bring those things together, right? So it's back to you, same thing, same process like for Zed. What are the needs right now? So here you are, you're currently operating in your business. It may be functional, it might be bringing you some money right now, but then now you're trying to figure out, how do I get more clients, or how do I remove myself out of the business? So if that's the case, right, the goals that we would set, the first one is what do I need right now? Like, what does it take in order to run this business right now effectively? The second thing would be, okay, then I need to now develop some written documentation, something that says, if I were to remove myself, I can hire Topaz, or I can bring in Tona, and they would be able to run this business just like I would, right? So we can streamline some of those processes. That is a goal, right? Is to document it, get it on paper. Then after that, then we work on the leadership and the hiring stuff. So if you were setting your fourth quarter goal, the first one in fourth quarter would be to do your needs assessment, right? And then it would be to then document what you look like on paper so that you can then run more effectively, right? Same process. It's not a hard process. Again, still the biggest vision is mine. I'm pretty sure that you got an amount that you want to earn, or you don't put on your vision board that I'm about to boss all the way up in 2021. And so I need everybody to catch this fire and this wonderfulness that I'm bringing to my business, right? That is what I guarantee you has on her vision board, right? That's the vision. But then it's then also setting a number goal for yourself as your high levels are. So for a high level, what do you want to earn in 2021? And then same pieces. Then in order for me to earn, let's just say 500K in my business next year, then what do you need to earn every quarter, right? And so then if you every quarter you say that you roughly want to earn X amount of dollars, then you break it off. Then what does that look like every week? Then what does that look like in the number of product that I need to sell in order to get me there? So it's not a complicated process when we're talking goals. Again, the hard part is the making sure that we are disciplined enough to do what we said that we're going to do. It's making sure that every week that you're checking in with yourself, right? Every week. So if I'm saying that my money goals and targets for every month is 100K, right? That means I should be making 25K per week. I'm checking in every Friday and saying, where am I at with this 25K per week? And if you're like, oh, I didn't make 25K, I made 20. Why? Right? Where did I do wrong? What needs to be done differently? Where did I fall short? So that then you can make an adjustment and then tweak your goal. So you're not going to change your goal. Your goal is still your goal, right? You're going to tweak it a bit to make sure that you get to where you say you want. And so by making sure that you're setting up those accountability points, you're keeping yourself on task, you're keeping yourself consistent, and you're keeping yourself disciplined. So that when the end of the year comes, you've already reached that goal. You don't technically have 12 months in order to reach your strategic goal. You have every week, you have every day. Right? Because if you're doing something every day, every week, that leads to every month, which reads up to the 12 months that you said that you wanted to be most efficient in, and then you don't have to worry about the fact of if I did this, or did I land where I say I was going to land at the end of the 12 weeks. So we all should be adopting that, right? So you don't just set goals, or you don't just make a vision, or you just don't manifest things, and then you make a decision just to sit back and be like, oh, I get to it where I can. It shouldn't be about feeling, right? Back to what I said to myself, I'm going to run my business like I run an organization, run my life like I run an organization. In an organization, I don't have the luxury, right, of saying I'm only going to check in once every 2 months. In an organization, I don't have the luxury to say I missed the mark and then still expect the job. Right? So if I run my life with those same concepts and principles, I'm consistently checking in and I'm consistently making sure that I'm reaching the mark, right? And so all of us have those things, and I'm going to make it practical for some that maybe not business. You need to work on your home life, right? I need to check in with my bae to make sure that I'm showing up the way he needs me to, right? I'm a busy girl. Sometimes so busy I can get caught up in my own world. But guess what? One of the other goals is your girl wants to be married this time next year too. And not only do I want to be married, I want to be happily married come this time next year. So part of that whole planning meeting, right? Like in business, there's a planning meeting at the first quarter. That planning meeting entails all of the key stakeholders. Those key stakeholders also include your husband, your kids, your mama in them, because you want them to watch the kids while you going out trailblazing and setting, right? It includes your stakeholders. And so it's important for you to let them know the long-term goals that you have and what the level of expectations that you have on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis in order for you to get there. So when I'm checking in with my husband, I'm like, so just letting you know, right? I got these courses that I'm signed up for, right? Just finished a new master's program. So when I went back to school, I was like, babe, listen, I don't know if you're going to get a home cooked meal from me 3 to 5 times a week. It's just not going to happen, right? My carry out game is going to be everything, right? But I need his buy-in to make sure that we are on the same page so that he's not expecting something that I'm not giving. So if he doesn't know that I'm going to school or I have this overarching goal, or if he doesn't know that I'm planning to travel at least 2 to 3 times every month and that he's going to have to substitute when it comes to the home life, then it creates chaos. When there is chaos, it is hard to flourish. So making sure in your planning meeting, you're calling in all of these people, you're setting those strategic goals. And then with those strategic goals, you're breaking them down into the smaller pieces and parts so that every day, every month, every week that you're moving towards that goal so that at the end of the year, there's no surprise. And then Tona says wants to change my perspective on things and get serious about expanding my brand into music production. First decision is to make the decision, right, Tona? And again, same concept, doing the needs assessment. Where are you right now? What do you need to learn? And then operating in what you have right now in order to help you get there. I hope that was it. That was about 15 minutes, 10 minutes or so. But I want to take the time to see if there's any questions about anything that I said. I know it was pretty quick, but I'm telling you, it's basic. It's more so about you making sure that you're holding yourself accountable and creating that discipline and that system in your everyday life. Any questions, comments? All right, well, I'll give it back over to Shay and Jice. If you ever have any questions, you run into this hole, as you're setting these goals for the new year, you find yourself stuck. They actually have coined me Clarity Queen, right? So that means I can help you get some answers. Please always feel free to stay connected. I am on IG, Facebook, LinkedIn, all at Mel B. Cook. If you ever have any questions, if you ever run into any snags and you're like, yo, I heard what you said about it being easy, but as I'm doing this, I'm not quite sure. I'll be more than happy to help you outline those goals. This is my passion, which is my community, and making sure they're doing what they need to do in order to thrive. Because when we thrive, our families thrive, and so does our community.
In order to attract or manifest anything, you have to be in alignment
with your source.
With your source.
With God.
With
you
God.
have to be just,
it's about
you have to stay
alignment.
connected to the ocean.
That's right.
Yeah. All of us have within us this amazing capacity to manifest and attract anything that we want into our life.
Through scripting or meditating, visualizing, I want you to imagine that 10 minutes ago, you just got word that whatever you desired, whatever you've wanted, is yours. You just got the news 10 minutes ago. Whatever you want is yours.
Thank you.
This is such a surreal moment for me because, Oprah, you're my vision board for
Am I?
2018.
Really?
And I am here, so I have manifested this moment.
There's not going to be much that changes in your physical reality, but internally, vibration-wise, everything's different. Everything has evolved.
Write out what you are manifesting as if it has already come to you, because it is so beneficial. You get the results and it comes to you.
Even without doing any activity, you can still manifest what you want. Let's say you want to build a house. If you start thinking, oh, I want to build a house. To build a house, I need 50 lakhs, but I have only 50 rupees in my pocket. Not possible, not possible, not possible. The moment you say not possible, you're also saying, I don't want it.
I am a powerful manifester, and I know that, and I know how to do it without physically putting it on a board. I know how. You know, you have to. You want to know how to do it?
Absolutely.
You have to meet the vibration. You can't be above or below it. It's just what I was talking about, negative energy, positive energy. In order to draw the thing to you that you want to come, you can't want it so much that you fear that you won't get it. You have to want it. So in order for me to be on your vision board, you must have put it there and then you let it go.
Yes.
And then you weren't thinking about it every day. Because you can't, it doesn't come to you that way. You have to do it, and then you have to put it, and then you have to meet that vibration. You have to prepare yourself to be there and ready when it shows up, and you were.
Thank you for tuning in. I hope you are really enjoying this moment to look at what your 2021 can look like. I know I'm excited. I'm having fun, and we have some uppity Negro wine. So this is going great for us over here. Ta-da! Jice, what do you think? What some of the things that we talk about this a lot about being intentional and executing. What's something that you really want to share with our community about what that looks like moving forward?
Yeah, I think, you know, one thing that was said was like, you know, you have this broad goal, right? And so she said you have to get more specific. And I think that's incredibly important. I talk about that all the time. The idea around clarity is so important when you're thinking about your vision. And so it is, you know, not enough, essentially, you know, to just say, I want more money. What does that mean, right?
Right.
If I throw $1 at you, that's more money.
More money.
You know, so you have to be specific. And so here's the thing. Sometimes it is difficult for us to think about how big our goals are.
Yeah.
And there's one thing that I've come to learn is that they don't always happen how you think they're going to happen.
That's real.
And they don't always happen when you think they're going to happen.
That's real again.
So but this to me, that's a part of the board, is because it keeps it in front of you, right?
Yeah.
And at some point, you know, like Oprah mentioned, you get really good at just, you know, thinking things and coming to that place of energy. But a lot of times, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I still keep a board. I actually keep my board right in front of my space where I pray and where I meditate and where I journal, because it keeps this in front of my thought process all the time, right? And so, but I will say I have seen the most success with visioning and having and seeing that vision come to life when I've been specific.
I think that's something that's a huge point. I remember one time I did this with a group of just business owners. And so they were saying they really want to get specific. And so one thing with your vision board is you can do your health on here, your finances, your relationship goals. You know, you can have all these different sections. Or you can say, I just want to have one specific board. So with these people, I was doing with a group of real estate agents. And so they all had brokers and agents and people in that market, and they all put their different properties on here, and they got specific. They put a number, the number with their, we're getting off the property in the beginning, and they put a date. And that was the day that we were doing the board. And they put what they wanted to receive from this property, and they put an ending date. And so when we came back and we talked, you know, a year later, everybody was talking about how they were a couple dollars off, a couple months off, but they were able to hit the goals because it was so specific. Yes. And it's like when you're specific, you don't leave a lot of room for, I want this, but I kind of want it. I don't really know what I want. Because you have to be really specific about what you ask for if you want to manifest it for real.
Absolutely.
I think that's a huge one.
And there was another thing that she said. She talked about having to really work for it, right? So there's a space where, you know, you say, I want to I'm gonna use one of my own. I want to get fit, right?
Okay.
We ain't gonna talk about where I was pre-babies, but
Right.
let's just say
Yeah.
I ain't there. All right. But it's not just for me to say that, right? And I think sometimes that's where people get a little bit confused as to how things have to manifest, right?
Yes.
So I have to be intentional about thinking about how I eat. I have to be intentional about thinking about what I'm drinking. I have to be intentional about getting into the gym. Shout out to Dynamic Fitness.
Shout
We'll
out
just take that
Dynamic
moment.
Fitness. We
Because
appreciate you.
if you are following our stories, we are in Dynamic Fitness 3 days a week getting it in. He does not play.
My muscles are toned out right now. They're feeling tonish.
So, and we see the results, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, we have had people like, oh, you know, you're slimming down. Oh, you're getting fit. I see the changes in your body.
Yeah.
But those things came first for me, thinking about what it looked like, being very clear about where I wanted to get back to, and then taking action to actually get there. And so when I do come back around to my size that I'm trying to get back to, it will be because of intentional action, but it will also be because of manifestation, because I saw it and I put intentionality into
Absolutely.
what it is that I wanted to do, and then I worked for it.
Jice, you hit something that's huge. I think sometimes we don't know. We might have an idea of what we want, but you have to know why you want what you want as well.
Yes.
You know, and who do you want it
Because
for?
I was sexy.
And,
I was
that's the thing. Is
well,
you
I
have
still
to decide.
am. I still am.
You still are.
I still am.
Absolutely.
But you know.
But you know, like, get intentional about that. And that was one thing with my journey. Is like, okay, for me, what fit looks like for me may not be what somebody else deems as fit.
Yes.
You know, like I'm the real curvy girl. Like I'm no matter what, at my best weight, no matter what it looks like for me, it's curvy. But I know what my energy it feels like when I'm at my best. I know how my clothes feel on me when I'm at my best.
Yes.
I know what my skin looks like when I'm at my best. So when now I'm intentional about what that looks like and feels like, and I know when I'm off track to that.
Yes.
So I think you have to really get to a place of what does it feel like to have the things you want to manifest. When you can feel it and internalize it, you're really able to get to it at a faster rate.
Absolutely.
And so I want you to get used to that feeling. I remember this guy was saying, you know, he wanted a new car. And so he kept feeling, what did it feel like to ride in that Ferrari? Because you know there's a difference between riding a Honda and a Ferrari.
Yes.
So you're like, oh, I can feel the breeze, and I can feel this, and I can feel the gears moving, and I can feel that. And that feeling, that rage, that feeling, it doesn't know if you have it or if you don't have it. They just know you're feeling those energies.
Absolutely.
So then he got in his Ferrari, I think it was like 4 months later. So no, just really get intentional about feeling what you want, understanding why you want what you want, and what it is. So then you can learn how to say no. And that's been the key thing we've been really looking at.
Yep.
When you know what you want, you can say no to things you don't want because they're not in alignment.
They're not in alignment.
Yeah.
And that, yep, you're hitting on another key point. That alignment piece is super specific. Like,
Yeah.
if this is not in alignment with what I want, then it means it's time for me to move on. And it's okay for us to say no. It's okay for us to say no to our friends. It's okay for us to say no to our family. It's okay for us to say no if we're too busy or if it just doesn't fit in with what it is that we're trying to reach. And so when you are able to do that, that's
good.
when you begin to see the type of success that you want to see.
I love it. I hope you're out there. Yo, are you manifesting with us? Do you feel this energy? Are you ready for what 2021 can look like? Let's keep manifesting together. Hashtag us. Come on, keep on supporting independent black media. Make sure you're over at CTN Media. Make sure you have subscribed because we have some dope shows that come through. 7 Generations Black, the Resource Report, Release and Rediscover. It goes down on CTN Media. So make sure you have subscribed and keep supporting independent black media. We're still manifesting, and I'm going to let you guys look at some of my other partners that are manifesting out there with us as well. So keep on reimagining and executing what 2021 could look like. Did you go to Shop BBI? Going over to shopbbi.com. Go ahead, shop black. Find your new items. I know y'all are buying gifts for people still for Christmas, so why not buy black? Go to shopbbi.com right now and pick up something.
wish you well. I wish you well.
I hope you're having a great time like we are. We are reimagining and we are ready to execute for 2021. This is the ultimate vision board party. We're about to wrap up soon, but that does not mean you have to stop manifesting, dreaming, envisioning, and putting together what it looks like for your future, because it is that important and you are absolutely worth it. Now, we have to do some house cleaning rules. I hope you have subscribed now to CTN Media, because you never know what you're going to get. We are changing the narrative.
Wait. You do know what you're going to get.
You do. Okay, you're right.
Quality. Black media.
There we go. And guess what? They're unbought and unbossed perspectives. So that means it gets real. We're powered by you, so make sure you subscribe. CTN Media, where we're changing the narrative, and we're doing it for the culture. Now, people, did you shop BBI.com? Because we have a sale going on right now. Yeah. Right? Black Excellence. You see, you can grab a tee. We have some mugs on there, hoodies, onesies. In this hoodie season, go to shopbbi.com right now. 10% off for the rest of today. Buy your loved one something. I'm sure there's something for the boss in your life, the CEO person in your life, or somebody that just likes to make a real statement. We have some dope statement pieces. So check us out at shopbbi.com.
So now also, we're about to share our vision boards, just a little taste, right? For those of you that did your vision board, you can send it to CTN Media at BBI Professional, and we are going to be showcasing some vision boards, because you know what? Accountability is one of the best ways to actually start making sure that you're manifesting on that vision board. Mm-hmm. So Shay is finishing up her little last piece of glue there, so I'm going to share mine real quick. So you see real big here, my gold rush, okay? So this year is a year I am focusing in on some of my personal income and what I'm doing there. I have a number down here real tiny where you can't see it, but I can. And focus, my family fund, I have my 3 little ones. The other big piece here is, for me, is my real estate. So for my real estate, I'm looking to expand internationally this year. And so I'm very excited about that. I've been peeping some things. And so I have all the places that I want to expand to nationally and internationally, because like we said, specificity, you got to get clear.
Get clear.
I feel like this year I'm going to have my best body ever. I feel like I'm going to go back to
shout out again, Jeff Baden.
In high school, I was like real skinny, right? But then like when I made it into the military,
you got some curves and some
yeah, okay, that's what I'm working for. And this right here, creativity takes courage. And for me, that's kind of one of my big things this year, is all about just really stepping out and being intentional about just being courageous about all the things that we want to do this year. There's so many things that we want to do. We are pivoting with you. We are learning how to do things in this hybrid world of, in person and virtual. And so for us, it is a lot of how do we bring, excellence and intention to our community in a way that is creative, that is fun, that's engaging. We hope that that you got some of that here today, and as we're still figuring things out. And then the last part I'll say is one of my focus quotes for this year is, the key to success is to focus on goals and not obstacles. And I feel like that's what we're doing here today.
That's because we're a resilient community. It's been a year, and it's been a year for a lot of us. And I think this has been beautiful, just to take a moment and to focus on what could be and what's next. And so in mine, it's it's a lot about the future. And I put the future is now, because I really believe if you can envision it now, and if you can see it now, you can start to feel it now, you're so much closer to having everything that you are envisioning. I have a book that's coming out. So we'll talk a little bit about that in the upcoming weeks, but my book that's coming out, I have goals around that. And like Jice was saying, we want to get specific. So I even have what I want someone to write up about my book. I want to be in the top 5 best books out by African American women. And so putting that out there, and then saying that I want to make $1,600 a day on sale. So I want to get specific, like what does success look like for me with this book coming out? What does that look like? Also, a little bit in my love life. What does that look like? Don't worry about it. I'm sure Brother Jeff will tell you a lot about that. I'm not going to even go into the details, but I have some goals around that. Who zoomed in on me? I don't know what's going on here. Who do you guys work for? Jeez, now on this side I have
That was so that there was some real manifestation energy coming
I
out
felt
from
it.
that vision board.
Ooh, I
So
felt
if you are out there,
Wait a
let me not
minute.
take over Brother Jeff's job.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is if you are out there, Brother Jeff is taking applications for Shay J's work.
And he's clapping. He's clapping right now. We're making sure we're manifesting happy, healthy relationships. And really, I think I'm in a space. You know, we launched Mary and Shay J last year, or this year, Corona hit. But I'm in a space now. I'm better, and so I want to have a better relationship. And I want to be able to say, what does it look like to build generational wealth and legacy, and who does that look like I'll be building that with? So some intentions around that, some financial goals, what I want to do financially, how the house I want to live in, the lifestyle I want to have, the things that really looks like, how I want to really start working on running next year. That's one of my big goals, is to really start working with a group called Run 313. Shout out to our people in Detroit. We appreciate you guys tuning in today. So really being intentional about getting moving and hopefully getting to that marathon, and really being intentional about running and some things of that sort. So I have a little bit of everything. You know, it's all about power, money, manifestation, what it looks
You
like.
have power too.
Power. You know, we're all about that power. We're all about our power.
too.
You can flex your power. If you have power, you can flex your power. And I really believe this, that I am Black history. So the choices that I make are informed by me saying I am Black history. So I make better choices.
Black, baby.
7 generations Black, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed this like we have. Tell them about Giving Tuesday, though.
All right, so guess what, guys? Giving Tuesday is coming up next week, and we have links in the description box. We want you to go to coloradogives.org/BBI and donate to what we are doing. We are building a Black media platform. We are launching institutions to change the Black community. And when I say institutions, I don't just mean we're launching a company. I mean, we are working on launching these same types of institutions that mainstream America has, that they use to further and advance their causes. We need to have those same institutions inside of the Black community, and we are here launching those things. They are all up and running. Everything is on the move, but guess what it needs? It needs some dollars. And guess where those dollars need to come from? They need to come from our community. They also need to come from reparations. But they need to come from our community. So make sure that you go over and you donate. Of course, it is tax-free. You can go to, again, coloradogives.org/BBI, and you can donate to our campaign. We are raising $50,000 towards these goals. We are going to have a fabulous media platform.
Yes.
We are going to have institutions in our community that are here to enact on behalf of the Black community. So we're so excited about what 2021 is bringing.
Yeah.
And you're going to be a part of it when
Speaking
you donate.
of you being a part of it, donating is one way. Shop BBI is one way. Subscribe to CTN Media is another way. We have multiple ways, but at the top of the year, we are bringing the membership back. It is bigger and better than ever. It is time that we wrap our arms around this vibrant community that we're building. Tell me about our membership and how it's coming back.
All right, so you can sign up and you will get a weekly email from us, right?
Yep.
That's the easy way. That's the free way. But hey, get in touch with us. Be there, right? Because we're building a community. But guess what? There are 2 other membership tiers. One is where we really start digging into the personal and professional development. So you will be getting exclusive live streams where we talk about personal and professional development. We are bringing in CEOs and leaders from all around the country to include ourselves. And we will be talking to you, coming to you live monthly to talk about what that looks like. So that is included inside your membership. Also, you will have discounted tickets to all of BBI's events if you are part of the membership. Now, we have a big box. And I'm really excited about this big box because you can get the big box membership. It's actually the elite membership. Yes. And with that, it comes with a coaching box. So every single month as a part of that membership, you will have a box delivered to your home. And that box will include personal and professional development tools inside of there that are developed. It will include a book. Yep. It will include a reading guide with that, as well as a second live, we will be talking about the contents of that book as we continue to develop and grow ourselves. We know leaders are readers. Yes.
No.
That's not what this is.
No.
This is how we engage in content and then really put it to practice as leaders and as CEOs.
Yeah.
So this is the CEO Roundtable, and we encourage you to take your seat. You can find out more at BBIProfessional.com.
There we go, BBIProfessional.com. Check us out. It's the CEO Roundtable. The top of the year, so many amazing things are happening right here at BBI. We're excited that we have this amazing community that is with us. And remember, we're doing it for you. So keep up what we have going on. You can always ask questions. We want to hear from you. Again, if you did create your vision today, we want to see it. Send it into CTN Media at BBI Professional. Share with us your amazing vision and let us know how we can help support you on your journey. Remember, you're not in this by yourself, but we're in this with you. Make sure you hashtag us BBI, CTN Media, add us at BBI Professional, add us at CTN Media. You can also add us at Jice Johnson and add us at I am Shay J. Make sure you know that we are a resilient community. So you know what's coming up soon? We're going to be dropping some tickets for the Black Boss Summit. You know what's coming soon, so get ready. A lot of things. Make sure you're on our mailing list. Go on over again, BBIProfessional.com, and join the mailing list. Any last word for our people out there?
Y'all, we're just so excited. I know that 2020 has been a rough year, and I just want to send my own personal encouragement out to everyone to keep going. If this year has been okay for you, then keep it going. If this year has been rough for you, we're all in this together. And so as we walk into 2021, we are right here along beside you. We are pivoting. We are figuring it out. We know we're not going to always get it right, but we're going to keep trying with you, and we're going to encourage you to keep trying because we are excellent. We are powerful. And when we come together, I don't think there's anything that can stop us.
We are unstoppable, my people. Thank you. We want to say a big shout out, big, huge thank you to Brother Jeff and the Cultural Center, always being a part of where our foundation comes from. Thank you to the Cultural Center. Again, this is where we're live streaming today. Make sure you tune in every week to the Brother Jeff Show. You can see what's going on. And we have a chef here. Check out Chef Chop. He is here Wednesday through Friday, I believe. Check it out on the Brother Jeff Network. There's always something going on for the community right here at the Cultural Center, even while we're being safe and socially distancing. Also, big shout out to our crew. Thank you, Enlighten Me, and our guy Trey, the video guru, and our amazing team. It takes everybody to make this happen. We don't do it alone, and we would be remiss if we didn't say thank you. Now, thank you to you, our viewers, our supporters. We appreciate you for linking with us, for tapping into the 6th annual Ultimate Vision Board Party. Let's keep reimagining, and let's get ready to execute, because 2021 is absolutely yours. Until next time, keep hustling hard for your 7 generations Black. We love y'all.